Businesses are trying to innovate using containers, microservices, and cloud-native principles. They're fundamentally changing how they're building applications and managing their infrastructure. Now, this increased velocity, modularity, and configurability is also substantially increased the attack surface. This is the fundamental problem we wanted to solve at StackRox. We look at it as though security has to be built using the same core principles of cloud-native, the same way applications are built and deployed, meaning that they have to be form factor agnostic. They have to be able to collect, analyze, and actually respond to this information in the context of immutable and ephemeral infrastructure, meaning security has to be continuous. In this infrastructure, the main things we see are the fact that this entire stack is highly configurable, modular, as well as the fact that it is highly, highly scalable. Now, at each one of these layers, all these constructs or tools can constantly change and shift based on the business needs. So even though the businesses select these constructs, they still have to be able to not create lock-in for their developers. This is where security has typically suffered. At the same time, security has to be able to present insight and visibility at each one of these layers at the app level, so the operators can really understand their risk at the application level. This is where StackRox comes in. What we do is we abstract away all the building blocks using a distributed sensory model. So we can collect, regardless of the form factor, from every component in the infrastructure. So it allows developers and DevOps to be able to change these constructs and these tools and can leverage whatever is best for their business models. We use this to be able to capture telemetry so we can create visibility and insight at every layer of the stack. And on top of that, create detection, and then leverage the existing infrastructure for enforcement. Now, to do this, you have to speak a common language. This is where we created our adversarial intent model, AIM, which focuses on a set of subset actions every attacker has to take to move through your infrastructure, regardless of the orchestrator, the container, the host, or the application. This allows us to actually stitch together alerts without getting into the root of why something happened and be able to really present the abstract level to the operator so they understand their business risk and their application risks. Now, to do this, we had to put together a whole new team to do this. This is why we don't really focus on just the executive team. We had to put together the best security researchers. We had to put together great data scientists and machine learning experts. And we had to bring in disciplines that understood distributed systems and microservices from a lot of prominent companies. At the same time, this is a substantial problem, and we knew we couldn't just solve it on our own. This is why we decided to highlight some of our subset partners, companies like Google and Red Hat, who are innovating around Kubernetes, and Docker, who is innovating around container technology. Together, we feel like we can solve this problem. Thank you.
Wow. Man, 5 seconds
I know,
still on the
I know,
clock.
I know.
You should drop the mic.
the mic?
Drop the, well, no, don't. We only have one.
So
We only
yeah.
have one of these sections.